Hey Luscious League, it's me, Live Luscious V, your link to all the funny, fluffy love, exciting ideas and personality that I bring. So, if you would like to get to know me, please leave me a like, comment, and subscribe. Push the bell. Make it the dark bell, the dark gray bell. And then, like, every time I post something, you'd be like, getting a little message, and the message would be like, Live Luscious V just posted, you know what I'm saying? Come check me out. Tell me what you think about what I'm doing, like what, and then we can get to know each other. And then you can leave a comment and say, girl, no, you need to work on that, you know what I'm saying? Or you kept doing this, and that's kind of, different. Like, why you do that? And whatever the thing is, just, let me know and get to know me and see if you like me and all that good stuff. Now, I am having a hard time finding my eye placement on the camera, and I think I know, and then it's kind of awkward, so I keep on. So anyway, scratch all of that. Just forgive me. Give me time to grow with this. I'm still quite new to this, even though, yes, I've been doing YouTube videos and whatever, but I don't have many videos up at all, and I don't always post what I record. So it's kind of it's been a road for me. Scratch that. Whatever. Well, I want to talk about, as you have already seen in the title, supersize loving, supersize, wonky wonky, supersize loving, supersize sexing, and just some, ideas, for supersized individuals that still want to be able to participate during sex, and push it back, and just, not just lay there, not just give a little head, Now, there's things you can do to make it more pleasurable for you, to provide more space than you normally thought you had. And so I'm just going to run through some of those things real quick before I get too far off. Well, number one, for women, even men that have an extra thigh space, you know what I'm saying? You're big in the thighs. Well, the waistbands that, the generic waistbands they use for the waist for when they're working out. Well, and they're all cloth, but they're very firm, right? Get 2 of them, right? Strap them down to your thighs so that, and because oftentimes when you supersize, your thigh is the size of a average person's waistline, So, that is, there's something. So, just because you want to have more space in the middle for that good swing, that good access and things, then you put those on, you strap them on your upper thigh. You strap them on your upper thigh so that you can have all that extra space, and it gives as a good sliding method, because the straps where you cross over are on the outsides of your thigh, so it allows the person in the middle, if it's a female, or hey, people rock different ways these days, so whoever in the middle, okay, can get some of that, nice little slip going on, without having to maneuver as much, or try to control so much themselves, or the 2 of you, as far as keeping things out of the way. It is a reality okay? It is a reality, but at the same time, when it's good and the more comfortable you are, the freer you are and the better the sex is. So, if you recognize you have some of those barriers as far as the thighs concerned. Some people are heavier on the top, and so their thighs are not an issue, and they're still considered supersized. So, I just want to make sure I, make that clear, because some people like, just because you supersized don't mean that you got really big thighs. That's not what I mean. Please, it's okay. Breathe. We're talking about love here. We're talking about sex here. We're talking about loving feelings, even if it's not sex. I mean, loving feelings, even if it's not love. It's just sex. Bottom line is you're having sex, and I want you to be able to have a great time. So, number one, hygiene, major, major, major. So you need to be top on your hygiene. Now, I do have a hygiene video that I've recorded. I can post it. Let me know if you guys are interested. I can post it. If you're curious about supersized hygiene. But it also works for smaller people and stuff too. So it's not just supersized people that, have that, my hygiene method and supersize, my ideas for supersize hygiene, that it applies to more than just supersized people, bottom line, anyway. So anyway, okay, the straps for your thighs. Now, the same thing goes for your stomach, okay? You would just put it on loosely. Now, if you don't got no money, sometime you can just use, grab a sheet or something and just, like a twin size sheet. And you just scoop, like you scoop, put it around like your waist like a belt, and you scoop it up your lower stomach, right? And you suck in, right? Just a little bit, just suck in, and then tie it, right? Make sure it's comfortable, because you don't supposed to be uncomfortable. It's just supposed to, keep some of that stomach out of the way if you have a larger bottom stomach. Now, I know this seems like a lot, okay? And you're just like, no, okay. But the thing is that sometimes, sex is not spontaneous. So, you are in a position to plan, right? But I'm telling you, when you do plan, you end up having a better time. You enjoy yourself. The other person enjoys themselves, because the two of you are doing less work to be together. The two of you are spending more time enjoying each other, just touching and feeling and loving on each other. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I think is just so important to consider for both of you. Because just because, oh, well, he takes care of it. Oh, I'm flexible. Yes, I get it. A lot of us are more flexible than some people, can imagine. So usually get some surprise. So, hey, keep that stretching going on, because when all else fails, flexibility jumps in and saves the day. Da 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 da. Sorry, y'all. So, yes. So, okay. Having a wedge pillow. That's another thing. Having a wedge pillow. I say 2 wedge pillows, right? One for the lower one for your head. That has a flatter triangle, that is trapezoid, whatever. But it's a triangle, but it's got the long little, it's the wedge, okay? Don't come for me. So the wedge. So there's the one with a flatter surface, and then there's one with a a steep one, right? Now you turn that steep one aside to where the steep is over here and it's coming down here. Then you are the mountain and you climb, you know, lay over the mountain, and then, you know, all the yummy is sticking out the back, right? And so your partner can get back here. You can be very comfortable because you have something, you know, keeping your stomach falling this way instead of flat down this way. And it leaves more of the behind that's back here sticking out so that you can, you know, have that extra flow. And because of the support you have, you're able to, you know, push it back a little bit. So, you know, push it back. Hey, hey, you know, hey, supersize me love too, okay? Supersize, gotta get it in, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, we got feelings too, so how you doing? But you strap it down. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm kind of goofy. And this topic is like, whoo, okay. Anyway. So the wedge pillows are fantastic. You have the support you need. Remember, you guys, I'm all over the screen because I'm struggling for comfort as to knowing where to look. And I'm thinking that I'm right by looking where I'm looking right now. But for some reason, you know, that's not where my face is. And I don't know. Anyway, staying on track is a little bit more difficult. But work with me here. Be my friend. So okay, we have so far we have our wedge pillows. We have flatter and larger, steeper and lower level. We have our wedge pillows. We have our sheet, or we have our a stomach for those of us that can have access to a stomach band, that where we can, like when you're laying on your back, usually your stomach will fall to the back too and flatten out. Excuse me. But sometimes some people don't have that, fall that, because they have harder stomachs. So with the looser bottom, so for those people, being able to lift up that excess stomach out of the way that kind of falls closer to their, other times I believe with men, falls down over their penis, just to be able to lift that up, like if she's riding you, or for a female, if he's a smaller penis and he's trying to, you know, do a really full thrust to give you the feel of what he can provide, then it becomes important to have that stomach out of the way. So when he thrusts forward, you know, you get better feel. You get more of the length and the girth and the love, the ripples and all that yumminess. Yes, I'm feeling it. Yes. Okay, not completely, because that's kind of creepy, especially on camera, but yes. I'm sorry, y'all. I have issues. It's my fault. You know, so that he can get that that thrust. And for a female that's on top, having that stomach out of the way means that you know, even she gets a fuller thrust, you know, when she's, you know, coming back and forth and it's getting that motion on, and she's like, yay. You know, you want a woman, especially if there's a music going on and you're getting a ride, you want her to be able to get into the beat of the music, the rhythm, and you want her to be able to, once she feels it, then it's like all these feelings in the rhythm and the songs, everything is going, and it's so many parts to a woman. So, you know, she wants to just kind of be able to freely enjoy herself while being on top. And it's hard to do that if that stomach's in the way, just because it becomes too much work, you know, and that's male and female, to have so much stomach in the way. So it's good for not just one person and how much energy they get to put into, you know, those thrusts, more so than your trying to keep help you keep your stomach out of the way, right? And remember, sex is for everyone involved. Some cases might be 2 people, it might be 1, it might be 5 or 15. It could be a freaking party. Not my place to judge. Do as you choose, but everyone matters. So making sure that you are active, you are a participant, you're not just receiving, you are giving, right? You are supportive in every part of it, so that way it's not so much. So I know when you're a supersized person, sometimes it can just be a drain and you lose your energy. Now, making sure, now I have move sessions I've posted, or I don't know if I've posted, I think I have posted one. But anyway, I have move sessions. I know I've recorded several. I just haven't posted all of them. But I have move sessions. Excuse me, guys. Something just crashed. So I have move sessions, and I have dance breaks. Hey, where we just dance. We just dance. We just dance for an hour. Well, we dance for half an hour. We have move sessions for an hour. Hopefully, you guys are doing them with me. So go over and watch those videos as well. If you're interested, just to kind of get a feel for how that works. And I tell you all about it in those videos. So yeah, those keeping yourself moving, even though yes, you're supersized, and you don't really see yourself losing a lot of weight, don't gain weight either. So I know this kind of veered off a little bit from sex, but they go hand in hand with supersize, loving, so you want to make sure that you're moving and you're stretching as much as you can, so that when it does come to that time where you are, being sexually active, then you can participate better. You have some stamina, and it will come in handy. It comes in handy with going to the bathroom, day-to-day things you have to do, ins and outs. Transitioning, say you're just bedridden, and getting up for long periods is just not realistic for you. And for that, I'm sorry. I know it's a slippery slope, and once you're on it, it seems like you lose so fast. So finding ways to keep up so that you're not losing at all anymore, or if you're losing very little, by not gaining anymore. And because the more you gain, the harder it is for you to keep up on it and stay active. And at some point, sex will not be an option for you at all. And I don't wish that upon anyone. If you have someone that you care to be with and they care to be with you, being able to be with them intimately in every way, sex included, is just really important. And I don't want you to lose that if I can help you keep it. So, yes, even though, yes, we're talking about sex and how supersized people have sex and can have better sex, we also need to make sure to acknowledge the importance of your health and flexibility. So if you already find that you are in need of any of these things that I'm mentioning, to make sex more pleasurable and supportive for both people involved, or however many people involved, then it's important that you acknowledge too that staying physically active is very important. As far as the stretching and stuff throughout the day, it just helps you for toileting, things like that. So many things. That's a separate video about hygiene and health for supersized individuals that do go into smaller people too, especially people with disabilities that have similar limitations to supersized individuals. But anyway, back to what the video is to be about, for the most part, is just ways to make sex more pleasurable for everyone involved. So having two long straps, all right, or scarves. You can use scarves, and you know, grab, just all you gotta do is grab one, right? All right, we can do this at home. You don't need anyone for this, okay? Say you just recognize I have a hard time keeping my legs up for long when I'm on my back, right? Or when I'm on my side and I'm just holding up one leg, right? So if you are doing back sex or you're on your back and you have your legs up, okay? Whether your man have your legs up because you're, you know, getting eaten, I mean, well, licked or, you know, whatever sucked. If that is what's going on, then, you know, sometimes you just want to keep everything out of the way. Maybe she wants them or he wants them out of the way. Get it out of the way. The way you can do that and be able to hold yourself up for longer and reach the back of your legs, thighs, is to have you a scarf, and right underneath your right at the your thigh, your thigh. Put it around your thigh, right behind your knee, okay? And just tie it one time, right? And then you tie another one, right? So that at one end and then at the other end. And then when you're ready, you can grab them, right? And then you pull them up. And then, you know, as you bring your legs up, and then you can hold on to the string, to the scarf. You hold on to it. And, you know, that will help you keep your legs up. And it also gives you a way to brace yourself, even pull your own self up. It keeps you in tune, and my goodness, it feels very, very good. Don't knock it till you try it. But the ability to participate, have the waistbands around your upper inner thigh, keeping your thighs away from your area more, and having that scarf for you know, string. I want to say string because I don't want you to hurt yourself. It needs to be something that is at least a fist wide, and it needs to be something soft. So because you don't want to hurt yourself and you don't want to leave. For a lot of us, we've experienced, you know, the little infections you can get in the crease of your knee, in the back of your knee, and where the skin breaks. And I don't want anyone to put themselves through that. Once that clears up, you are so happy not to feel those, because it's like a paper cut on steroids. So it is horrible, and it's right in the back crease of your knee. For those of you that have experienced, you know what I'm talking about. The struggle is real. And so I don't want anyone hurting themselves that way by putting anything thinner than your fist. It has to be that thick, but you want it long so that you can be able to, you know, grab it, and then as you go back, you can pull yourself up, or just while you're down on your back, you can pull it up. When you're on your knees, holding on to those straps, you know, gives you that, you that strength to not go from the slanted position where this is your head and this is your knees, and then this is your butt, and you know, he's pop, 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 he's hitting it, you know, and then you're going flatter, 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 right? But when you're holding on to if you're bent and you're holding on to these knee straps, oh my goodness, you know what I'm saying? You're holding on, it keeps you there. And then I'm telling you, I mean, wow, it's amazing. So it helps you stay in place. So picture it with me the best you can. So it keeps you from going flat. So whether you're on your back or whether you are on your knees, it is quite helpful. If you are on your side, having that string a scarf around your leg, that's something that pulls it, your leg toward your knee towards your head. You just start pulling your knee to your head. That's all you're doing, pulling your knee to your head. And it won't go to your head, of course, but that's just the direction that you're going to pull it. And it holds your legs up, holds your knees up, and then now you have that space from the waistbands that's on your upper thighs. You have the scarf that is, pulling that you're using to pull up your legs, and you're holding on, you're bracing yourself. Now you have your wedge pillow. All right, depends on what's going on, depends on how high he is, how tall he is. Yes, you guys, this seems like a lot, but experience it one time, just one time, and give your partner something that maybe you guys have not done in, days, months, years, for some, and give them that opportunity to feel your inners again, to connect with you, I mean, puzzle pieces. Yes. So I want you guys to get the full experience. I told you guys in previous videos, I have children, so it is what it is. Now, I know it got a little darker in here, so I can turn on a ring light for you guys, but then it's this bright light and my glasses, and you guys might not like that. So let me know, does the ring light in my glasses bother you? Because I know sometimes you want to talk to people and you want to see their eyes, or when you're watching people, you want to see their eyes when they're talking. I think because I know when I look at myself in the camera, I see the ring light in my glasses and I can't really see my eyes. So if that bothers you, let me know, and I'll make sure to keep the camera further from my face. Or if you have an idea of how I can still get the lighting without having the ring in my eyeglasses, then let me know. But now you have depends on where you are. If say he's a taller guy, and when he gets on his knees, he's higher up, right? And it's a lot of work for him to get down there, where you are, because you can't lift yourself. So that high weight wedge pillow is what you have. What you do is you put the high part of the pillow, right? You put that right at your back, in like you're in sitting position, and then you lean back. When you lean back, grab onto your straps, to your scarves, right? And pull your scarves as you go backwards. It brings your lower area up so that he can get in very easily, and because you're holding your scarves, which is keeping your legs up, then and your thighs are pulled farther apart, so he can have more access to get in, and your legs are spread open. The weight of your legs is going to force your legs open more. So breathe. If you're not used to that flexibility in being in that position, it's important that you breathe in your nose, into your stomach, into your chest, slowly out your mouth. That is what you're trying to do here. And so each time you breathe like that, it relieves stress from your body. It relaxes the muscles, and that panic you feel of being in that new position becomes more and more comfortable, and you are able to enjoy yourself. And once penetration happens, all them happy endorphins start slowly kicking in after the initial shock and discomfort, if you have not done it in a while, okay? And if the process of getting to position was quite stressful for you, make sure that you are breathing, because it will relax you. The comfort of knowing that your partner is there and is with you, and this is something you guys are doing together. You are trying together, and you know, for some it might not work. For some it might. No, I am not no doctor of any kind. This is something I know about because I've been there, done that. I've been in my worst place, and I've been at my best, as so many of us have. And in my worst place, I found these to be barriers for myself. And I found ways to make sure that I considered my partner by making sure to participate as much as possible, to be supportive, to be involved, so that he could enjoy me more and I can enjoy him more without being so stressed and having so much energy wasted on controlling my body. So I wanted to eliminate that. So for him and for myself, in ways that will still be comfortable and enjoyable for me, but at the same time, give me something that I was not willing to lose, and that is that pure pleasure of sex. And sometimes, depends on the person you're with, you don't feel the need to go through all of that. It's like, whatever, because you don't expect a lot of good sex when it comes down to intercourse. I know this as a woman. I don't know how it is for men, but for a woman, at least for me as the woman I am, if I'm with someone and I care about them, I won't be with someone sexually if I didn't care about them. Let's get that clear first. But sometimes it means the person, you care about the person enough to be with them. So you accept that they are not a full package, a fuller size package, or the size package that you would prefer, or that would work good with your body, or with the length of your canal and width. Because sometimes it's not the man at all, it's the woman, and the fact that, she's had some walls beat out. Now, it's the reality, all right? And I don't want to pick on any one side here, so just bear with me. Because I don't want no one feeling attacked, because that's not where my mind is. And when I give my information, it's not to close anyone out, it's to involve everybody, so that everyone has some way to enjoy that part of life, because sex is a part of life. And if you have someone you love and you are with them, especially, because you can love someone and not be able to be with them. But if you're with the person that you love and you cannot make love to them, you can't have sex with them, cannot have intercourse with them, because there's ways to make love without intercourse. But at the same time, sex is an endeavor. You endeavor to have sex, right? You endeavor, excuse me, you look forward to the day where you can have intercourse. And I want to make that day sooner than later. And if your goal is to have involved, happy, enjoyable sex, then I want you to have that day sooner than later. So we are already at 33 minutes, y'all. So I'm gonna make sure I cut this a little shorter. If there's something you want to know, leave it for me in the comments and we can talk about it. If you want to know my views on different topics, let me know. I'm very open-minded. At least I believe I am. We can always find out. And you be like, girl, you said you was open-minded, and I asked you to talk about this, and you said somebody asked you to talk about that, but that's not something you feel comfortable talking about. So, oh my goodness, like open-minded, that's a simple topic, girl. You can talk about it. Then, okay, let me know. Let me know. But I don't really think that's going to be much of an issue. Unless it's something very personal about my life involving my family, then I'm likely not going to say as much. Depends on what it is. Now, some things I'm very open about, because I think it's very important that people that have been through some things that I've been through are boisterous and they advocate and they speak out for those that can handle it. Because just because you've been through something and maybe your story can help someone else, don't mean that you're the person that should be telling it. So just because you're not ready, and that's okay. But as far as just being happy, no matter what stage you are at, and having all the things that were freely given to you just by living life, and sex being one of them, having that denied to you is just wrong to me. So the sooner I can help you get it, hey, I'm gonna help you get it. So yeah, being having those few things, a lower wedge pillow, that can be for your back, because laying on your back can be problematic for many supersized people, just because it affects the breathing and all of the weight, especially if you have a lot of chest weight, as far as breast, fatty tissues for men in your chest, you know and it comes off like breast, but I don't consider men that have fatty tissue in their chest as breast. I don't think that's appropriate to say. Some might be fine with saying it. I'm just not. So I say fatty tissues in the men's chest and breast for women. If you are heavier up at the top and that is falling back on into your neck and it's pushing up like this when you lay down, guys know how that is. And then when you lay back, and now it goes from you having somewhat of a neck. You guys, you see my little bit of something, that's one of my endeavors, to have a neck. Okay, I want a neck. I want a neck. I want the world to know. I want to let it show that I want a neck. I'm gonna get a neck, 'cause it's just like that. Hey, that last part. No, that didn't go. Okay, I'll come up with something better later. Anyway, you go from having that little bit of something, or maybe you can't see your neck at all yet, right at the moment, but now you really can't see it, and you thought you had all that on your neck. Now you got all the chest in your neck, and you're laying back, and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm being choked by my own boobs. I'm being choked by my own chest, So you got that, and then God forbid, you got the stomach coming up, and it's just like, oh, okay, it's like, it's work. So no matter how much you got of it going on, you got a little bit going on, you got a lot of it going on, you got it going on, and then I'm sorry. But the good, having that waistband, if you can get it, or on your stomach, or if you have a sheet or something that you can tie around your stomach. You do it while you're standing up, so that when you're laying down, things stay in the form, without spreading out so much, shifting so much. Is restrained to that area. Just don't put it on tight, because you will need some flexibility. You don't want to be uncomfortable, and you don't want to feel pain. You don't supposed to be having a bunch of pain. You might get little areas in some folds or whatever that might hurt. You might catch a little cramp in or whatever. Breathe them out. Breathe those cramps out before they start, and relax. The more you panic and you want to jump out of the position, not only can you lose the part that you're really feeling, which it's really hard when you're in full tagging mode, and you got full penetration going on, and is hitting its peak. You don't want to move out of that position. It's like the final orgasm is worth like the whole position, the straps, the wedges, the everything. Just being able to share that moment, and especially if you have a cuddle bug, someone that enjoys all the plush and love and scrumptiousness you have to offer, and lays right into you, cuddles with you, plays on you, and allow you to be that place of comfort and protection and just goodness. So, yeah, if that is what you have, then it makes all of that so much better. And you you presented that situation with so much um love by preparing yourself ahead of time. You presented that with so much support and consideration and empathy that you don't want the other person going through so much to access you, knowing that you are what they want. And because you want to be wanted, you want to be able to be accessible to them. And you made yourself accessible to them. And that gave them a connection with you that they can't get with anyone else. And that should make you feel very special, because they're not with you feeling like they're losing out. You were able to provide, and you found a way, and that should make you proud. And no waiting until this time or waiting till that time. Now, for hygiene video, look forward to it. Don't worry about spending no money and all that kind of stuff. I know you are like, okay, just to have sex, I gotta do all this stuff. Well, if you were able to, use a sex toy, you would use that. Don't you gotta pay for a sex toy? Yeah, you do. So if you go to Burlington and you buy a couple of their little $6, $8, $9, $10 maybe waistbands, and you strap them on, that's $20. I'm quite sure you spent more than that on, takeout or, something that you really didn't need, but you got it and it's still sitting there watching you and you've never touched it. And so instead of doing that, do something that can be beneficial to the person that's sitting there looking at the things that you've bought that you have not used with you. So give them something when they see it, they recognize you didn't waste money, that you actually used it to please not just yourself, but them. And it gives you something else to do than sit there and watch things that you've bought that you have not used or don't enjoy using, like you would enjoy using these, few items. Now, a wedge pillow, you can, for some people that receive medical coverage, Medicare, things like that, you have medical coverage, period, and your medical coverage considers the fact that, those wedges help for many things outside of just sex. For a supersized person or a physically limited person, a person that's mobily limited, where their mobility is limited. Okay, excuse me, guys, finding the words. All right. For someone like that, this works. And there's services to help you where you're just ask your doctor for wedge pillow, prescription for a wedge pillow. It'll be covered if you have a caddy waiver or something like that, or a disability program through your county, or just something along those lines. Someone that financially supports your health. Sex is part of health, mental health, physical health. Not only is it exercise for you, especially if you're participating. Come on now. I mean, all around, happy endorphins, and when they're released in your mind, they do great things for your body. When you laugh, those endorphins are released, and endorphins are released. I don't know that word, but and it does great things for the body and the mental health, the emotional health, your stress level. Oh my God, sex is great for your stress level. If you're angry, frustrated, stressed out, depressed, good sex, good relief. It's temporary though, so don't get addicted to it, because if that's what you're running to, it's dangerous. So I don't want anyone running to sex, because it's just not It's not a cure-all for anything. It is very temporary, but it's a great addition to many things. But if you have a sex addiction, be careful. Whatever it leaves you from can hurt you, and I don't want none of you guys hurt, emotionally, mentally, physically, psychologically, in any way do I want you hurt. I just want you to be happy and enjoy every part of life that you possibly can. So use my methods. Hopefully they work for you. Hopefully, if they do, hey, you try it, tell me in the comments. Give me a shout out if you put it in your video or something. Let people know that a sister helped you out. Like, that, you know, I looked out for my peoples. I didn't just, you know, figure out something and recognize how good things can be for me and then share it to help other people. So, amen. You know, share me. You know, don't keep it to yourselves. But anyway, yeah, let me know if there's something else you want me to talk about. We can talk about it, okay? But hopefully this topic is not too much for you. My phrasings was not too much for you, and you have a wonderful, sexy day. Okay? Bye, Luscious League.